Welcome to Global Facts. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Why are there not more people talking about the crisis facing Hyundai in America right now? On September 4, 2025, federal agents raided a massive battery factory in Georgia, a joint venture between Hyundai and LG, detaining hundreds in the largest immigration raid in recent memory. This wasn't a back-alley operation, but a flagship of America's manufacturing revival, now at the center of a national dilemma. Hyundai, after investing billions in the US, faces a stark choice: double down on its American dream or retreat in the face of political and economic risk. The raid exposed a contradiction in US policy, welcoming foreign investment while aggressively enforcing immigration laws. Companies like Hyundai are caught in the crossfire, forced to navigate shifting rules and rising uncertainty. The outcome will ripple through supply chains, impact car prices, and determine the fate of thousands of American jobs. For families and consumers, this is more than a headline. It's about livelihoods and the future of American industry. The world is watching as Hyundai stands at the center of a storm that could redefine US manufacturing. The morning of the raid at HLGA Battery Company in Georgia shattered the routine for thousands building Hyundai and Kia's electric vehicle batteries. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents detained 475 workers, including over 300 South Korean technicians, vital to the plant's operation. The Department of Homeland Security called it the largest worksite enforcement action in its history, sending a clear message: no company is immune. Construction halted as fear spread, with workers walking off job sites across the region. The incident sent shockwaves through the foreign investment community, especially among South Korean firms betting big on the American South. For Hyundai, it was a logistical disaster: key personnel gone, production schedules in jeopardy, and a PR crisis. The raid exposed the clash between America's push for foreign investment and its hardline immigration enforcement. How can companies build the future here if the workforce they need is at risk of arrest? The event became a symbol of the risks international companies face in today's US political climate. The question now: can America deliver on its promise of a manufacturing renaissance? Hyundai's journey in America began in the 1980s as an underdog, dismissed for cheap, unreliable cars. Through relentless focus on quality and innovation, Hyundai transformed its image, launching America's best warranty and investing in US manufacturing. Its Alabama plant became a regional economic engine, and by the 2020s, Hyundai and Kia were industry titans, selling over 836,000 vehicles in 2024 alone. The brand's deep integration into the US economy created tens of thousands of jobs and a vast supplier network. Hyundai's success story is now threatened by the very country it helped build, as political uncertainty puts decades of progress at risk. The company played by the rules of globalization, investing where its customers are. Now the rules are shifting beneath its feet. For Hyundai, the stakes are higher than ever. Its American dream is on the line. The outcome will shape not just one company, but the future of US industry. In the wake of the raid, Hyundai didn't back down. It announced a $26 billion investment plan for its U.S. operations through 2028. The goal: build over 80% of its U.S. vehicles locally by 2030, up from 40% today, and create a resilient supply chain for electric vehicles. The Georgia Meta plant, set to produce both EVs and batteries, is the centerpiece, with a $2.7 billion expansion moving forward despite the turmoil. Hyundai even unveiled plans for a new mid-size pickup, targeting Detroit's stronghold. But the raid exposed a vulnerability: reliance on specialized foreign workers, many on temporary visas due to the lack of a dedicated US-Korea work visa program. Financial projections have been revised, revenue up, but profit margins down, reflecting rising costs and uncertainty. Every dollar of Hyundai's investment now carries new risk. The company's future in America depends on navigating this volatile landscape. The question: can Hyundai's bold bet survive the political headwinds? The answer will shape the next era of American manufacturing. Hyundai's predicament is rooted in the Trump administration's conflicting policies. On one hand, the White House touts a manufacturing renaissance, offering incentives to attract foreign factories. On the other, it enforces hardline immigration and trade policies, creating a hazardous environment for investors. Officials celebrate new factories yet promise more worksite raids and demand companies prioritize American labor, even when specialized skills are scarce. Tariffs on steel and aluminum have driven up construction costs, causing project delays and cancellations nationwide. The result: policies that both encourage and undermine investment, leaving companies like Hyundai in limbo. The Georgia raid proved no company is too big to be targeted. Can America achieve a manufacturing boom while waging war on immigration and trade? For Hyundai, the answer is far from clear. The Georgia raid triggered a chilling effect on investment. 10 out of 14 South Korean firms are now reconsidering U.S. projects. At least 22 major factory builds have stalled as companies face rising costs and labor instability. The construction industry, already short on skilled workers, is now gripped by fear of further raids. Foreign-born labor is essential, making up 34% of the workforce nationally and 43% in Georgia. After the raid, workers abandoned job sites, causing delays and cancellations that threaten the entire industrial pipeline. The human toll is profound. 475 workers detained, lives upended, and deep fear sown in the Korean expatriate community. Many now carry passports everywhere, afraid of detention. The fallout has strained U.S.-Korea relations, sparking protests in Seoul and testing decades of trust. Hyundai's CEO has called for better visa cooperation, highlighting the need for legal pathways for specialized talent. The ripple effects of one raid have become a major diplomatic and human issue. The cost of uncertainty is measured in both dollars and lives. Economists warn that America's conflicting policies are undermining its manufacturing ambitions. Mark Zandi of Moody's Analytics says foreign-born labor isn't just helpful, it's essential for completing major projects on time and on budget. Ken Simonson of the Associated General Contractors predicts more delays and cancellations as the labor pool shrinks. Construction slowdowns threaten broader economic growth, not just the building trades. Experts on U.S.-Asia relations highlight the contradiction. America asks allies, like South Korea, to invest billions, then creates a hostile environment for their companies. The consensus: you can't have a manufacturing boom without the labor to support it, or attract global investment amid radical uncertainty. Hyundai's CEO calls for a sensible visa system to enable U.S.-Korea technical cooperation. Without policy clarity, the dream of a manufacturing revival is in jeopardy. The Georgia raid has escalated into a major diplomatic incident, straining the U.S.-South Korea alliance. South Korea, a key ally and economic partner, saw the detention of over 300 of its citizens as a serious affront. Protests erupted in Seoul, with demands for the workers' release and questions about America's reliability. The incident forced diplomatic negotiations into the public eye, damaging America's image in South Korea. Many detained workers were repatriated, but the legal gaps that led to the crisis remain unresolved. The strain comes as both nations seek to counter China and secure critical supply chains. The current administration's actions risk undoing years of progress, signaling that investing in America now carries high political risk. The alliance is being tested, not by an adversary but by America's own policy contradictions. The future of U.S.-Korea cooperation hangs in the balance. Hyundai's dilemma is a microcosm of America's struggle to balance economic ambition with political reality. The company's next move, stay or scale back, will send a powerful signal about the future of U.S. manufacturing, the core issue. America lacks a coherent long-term strategy for industrial growth. Predictability, a reliable legal framework, and realistic labor policies are essential for attracting and keeping global investment. A sensible immigration system for specialized talent isn't a threat. It's a prerequisite for building the factories of tomorrow. The current approach risks driving away the very companies America needs. The world is watching, and the outcome will shape whether the manufacturing renaissance is real or just a slogan. It's time for a clear-eyed conversation about what it takes to compete in a global economy. What do you think? Share your thoughts below. The future of American industry depends on it.